We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Aitx. We did get a PR today. The stock has not moved. As you can see, I have the charts open. There's nothing going on. Nothing. Absolutely zero movement. Nothing. A big matzo ball. I know some people thought, oh, this might be the PR that moves it. It's the same story every time. Every time it's the same story. Oh, this is gonna be the one that moves it. We're gonna go to the moon. 25 cents is next. Yeah. With that horrible share structure, you're not going anywhere near 25 cents. The only time you'll see 25 cents is when this thing reverse splits to go to a higher exchange and then comes back down to 25 cents. And I'm saying that because I'm confused on your opinion. Oh, let's zoom in. What am I doing? Let's zoom in here. There we go. I'm confused on your opinion on Steve's stance on 2026 uplist. I haven't heard you say much about this. However, I have heard you say numerous videos that we will not see 25 cents again, and we won't. It does not have the share structure for that. People are delusional. We're not in 2021. We don't have the share structure that we had back then. Dilution is extremely heavy as well. It would take a ton of volume. We already did the math. It would take a ton of volume for this to move, and even more so as they continue to dilute. Steve said that the dilution has come down. It's trending to the downside. So we'll see when the next 10K comes out, more than anything, because that's going to reflect the whole year, but also the next Q as well. I would like to know your thoughts with this conflict in price targets. 25 cents ain't happening. That's it. That's end of story. If we see 25 cents, it's because we got beat down when we uplisted. And you got beat down all the way to 25 cents for some reason. That's the only time you'll see it again. But at that point, it becomes a Mullen stock and just keeps getting destroyed, which is very possible. People don't think about that. They think, oh, penny stock, it's going to go to the moon. I'm so special. My stock is so special. I'm so smart. I'm buying this stock, and it's going to make me so much money. Yeah, sure. That's how it works. If it was that easy, I would just... Why do I even have a strategy? Let me just buy Aitx, a lot of it, and hold a giant bag. And guess what? I'm going to be super rich because this totally works. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Well, I don't know what he means by this. So would like to know your thoughts with this conflict in price targets. Well, 25 cents, we're not seeing that. 10 cents, nope. We can barely get over 1 penny with all the volume that we got. People are delusional. At best, be happy that it can go to 1 penny for now. Let's see. Let the stock company go up on sales performance, not using shareholders to bail Steve out. Yeah, that's true. I mean, shareholders are the ones that get destroyed. I'm a swing trader, guys. I'm not investing in this. It has to. I'm not investing in this until it gets like 50 million in revenue every year. Not even. Ideally, I would like to see about double that. And their liabilities their assets to liabilities ratio is absolutely horrible. I think they have 6 million in assets and 56 million in liabilities, which is why they have to dilute just to stay afloat. They have a lot of issues. It's not when you do the Warren Buffett type of analysis on this stock, you're just like, who would buy this? What a bunch of clowns. That's why Warren Buffett is not buying this, because it's like, this is garbage. That's what it is. You're better off buying silver and just sitting on it. Well, when silver comes down under 25, just to be clear. You don't want to buy it right now if it's above 25. That's just too expensive. Wait for 22, I think. That's when it's a buy. But you're better off buying anything else, honestly, if you do the Warren Buffett kind of analysis. Now, if you want to be a degenerate and believe that one day this is going to go to the moon, absolutely go ahead and buy and load up at pennies, sure. But when this thing reverse splits, this is the thing that a lot of shareholders don't think about. When this thing reverse splits, and I'm a swing trader. Look, I'll take my loss and move on. That's it. If you guys have read my Word document below in the description, you know how I process the stock market. You know how I work. You know I'm willing to take my loss. I was originally going to rotate my money, the loss that I took on ILIS, I was going to rotate it into Aitx, but that breaks my $10,000 limit. No more than 10K into a penny stock. That breaks that rule. So I'm not going to do it. It's just that simple. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not even tempted. Nope. No, thank you. That's no. You break rules, you lose a lot of money. That's usually the case. I learned that the hard way. That's why I don't do it now. But if you have 10 million shares of this stock, and if we reverse split from... by the way, if they reverse split, they have to do a massive reverse split, by the way. It's not going to be 1 for 30. It's going to be like 1 for 1,000 or something, right? Because you do the math here. We're sitting at 002, right? Yeah. That is 002. You throw a bunch of zeros in front of it. So what? Let's just say times 1,000. That brings it to $2, which I believe is the minimum, no? To uplist. I think it's $2. I think depending on the exchange. So that's 1,000. That's a 1 for 1,000. That's insane. So if you have 10 million shares, just divide that by 1,000, and you end up with a lot of money. First of all, you end up with 10,000 shares at $2 each. If you have 10 million shares. So if someone says I have 10 million shares, what they're really saying is I'm going to hold 10,000 shares or less when this uplist. And if you get beat down like Mullen stock, if you get beat down over the head from $2 back to $1, your position is already going to be 50% down, already probably more down than you already are. I know right now we're at the bottom, but what people don't think about is the reverse split is just going to give it ammo for it to tank even more. If this thing could continue to tank even lower, it would. It would if it could, but I mean we're as close to triple zeros as we can be. Like a 000 stock sitting at 0001, it can't go lower because there's no lower to go to. But if that thing reverse splits and goes to dollars, it just gives it more ammo to go down. That's like just something people don't think about. Also, a lot of people think, oh, I have so many shares, woo, I'm so special. And really, when this thing uplisted, and if it gets beat down, which it is possible, very few OTC companies uplist and are successful in maintaining their share price above a certain point, aka the point where it doesn't have to reverse split to keep staying up on that higher board. It's like people don't think about that. They rather close their ears and go blah 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 blah. I don't want to hear it. whatever. But as swing traders, it doesn't matter to me. They can dilution just brings this share price down nice and cheap for me to load. It runs, we dump it on the shareholders, rinse and repeat. That's all it is. Someone's winning and someone's losing. Someone's buying, someone's selling. Someone's holding in hopes of a huge run, I guess. And I'm just like, good luck with that. It's a penny stock for a reason. What about sales performance, monthly revenue? I would not buy another share in this company anymore. Yeah, don't do it. He can get it if he starts being honest with the investors. Totally agree. Yeah, it's not honest on him to say that dilution is not. He really tried to downplay dilution. He really did. Like, he genuinely tried to downplay it. Oh, it's not a big deal. Sir, it's a big deal, and it's been a big deal for 3 years. The share price reflects that. Your company is growing, but the share price continues to tank because of your massive amounts of it's directly correlated with dilution. You look at the dilution chart. The dilution chart is going up. It's trending to the upside, and the price chart is trending to the downside. So, I don't know. You make what you want of that. How much does the company need to keep diluting if they are positive cash flow? Don't buy any more shares. They're probably going to continue to dilute. That's not going to go away. They're going to continue to dilute. Have you looked at their liability? It doesn't matter if they're positively cash flow, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Have you seen their liabilities? They're going to continue to dilute. Maybe it's less dilution compared to back then. It's trending to the downside, but it's still dilution. If you're diluting 333 million every month on average, that going down to let's say it starts trending to the downside. It goes from 333 million to 300 million every month, and then 270 million every month. It's still a lot of dilution regardless. Normal penny stocks don't even dilute that much. Like Aitx does not dilute. What Aitx dilutes in a month, Aitx has diluted in 3 years. Like, it's insanity how much this stock dilutes. So, and he tried to downplay that, and that was just BS. Steve is full of it. Steve causes this mess. Now he wants investors to bail him out. All of this nonsense because of diluting. Yeah, the dilution is pretty terrible. Warren Buffett cautioned that you should be ready for any stock to plunge 50% or more. Well, a lot of people that are investors in penny stocks, they tend not to be the brightest, unfortunately. They don't. They're not the brightest. They don't have a lot of money, which is why they go to penny stocks. You'd be surprised how many people I've met that actually do have like 6 figures, 7 figures, and they still feel poor and they feel the need to trade penny stocks because I want to make a lot of money. Like, wait, what? You have 7 figures, sir? Why are you not buying Nvidia under 100? That's my first question. And why are you buying penny stocks? That's my second question. Anyways, enough about the dilution talk. I think we'll drop it. Let's go over this. This is what the video is actually about. The numbers that they gave us here. So they sold, not sold. They were able to get 172 units out there. Okay? So there's 172 units out in the world right now. Oh, maybe not yet. Okay, yeah, not yet. They haven't been deployed. Which upon deployment and client acceptance. So we still don't even know if this is real. This is kind of like saying in anticipation. That they just rewarded in anticipation. They just rewarded that into which upon deployment and client acceptance. That's what they did. They just rewarded it. That's not gonna. That's still in anticipation. Where's my charts? Where's my charts? That's not my charts. Where did my chart go? Yeah, the share price isn't moving. Is anyone surprised by this? No one should be surprised. They just rewarded in anticipation to something else. That's all they did. They tried to bundle it differently. But that's not going to work. The people who keep track of this stock religiously, let's zoom in here. Let's go to the clean setup. The people who keep track of this stock religiously, they already knew these numbers. We already knew this. Another thing is, this isn't going to get people excited. It's just another way to say in anticipation. So let me pull out the magnifying glass, and these two numbers that I'm putting the magnifying glass over, these are important because let's do the math here. So that's going to generate supposedly 212,000 divided by 172 units, which would equal 1,003. Okay, so let's round that up to 1,250 a unit, and let's multiply that by 1,000 units. So if they get 1,000 units out there, because I think they will be, that's doable. They already got 172 just the past 3 months alone. So 1,000 units. Wait, yeah, 1,000 units times 1,250, which means they probably sold a mix of They leased out a mix of machines because we know that Rio costs somewhere between 1,600 and 2,000. We did the math for that back then. So I'm assuming there were some cheaper machines that are included in the 172 units. Let me continue reading here. So this quarter, let me move that here. This quarter's orders spanned Rad's lineup of Rosa, Rio, and Ava. So it's a mix, as I figured. I kind of just figured because like Rio was 1,600 to 2,000 each. So yeah. So it's a mix of machines. So let's say they they lease out 1,000 units at 1,250 each on average, because it's a mix of machines, right? Not everyone buys a Rio. So that comes out to 1.25 million. 1.25 million. A month, by the way. That's a month. If they're able to get 1,000 units out there. And we multiply that by 12, and that's 15 million in profit. So one day they'll get to 1,000 units and they will be making 15 million a year. Well, how much of that is profit? We don't know. I'm going to do the math. I'm going to do the percentages and all that for cost of goods sold and operating expenses and how that's going to increase as they continue to put more product out there. Because that's a big concern here. You can have 1,000 units out there in the world if your cost of goods sold is high and if your operating expenses are high, and it doesn't mean anything. You can have 10,000 units out there. You're never going to be profitable, and you're probably always going to be diluting because your cost of goods sold and operating expenses are too high. So I'm going to do the math for that in another video, or else this video would be like an hour long. It's already too long in my opinion. 15 million. 15 million, by the way. 1,000 units. Let's say they get 5,000 units out there. That's 75 million. Now, why 5,000 units? Okay, 5,000 units, they can get 75 million a year in total. Well, I'm not going to say profit, but their sales will be quite a bit. But again, I'll do the math for the cost of goods sold and the operating expenses in another video. Why are we dividing this by 5? Why are we dividing this by 5? That doesn't make sense. We're dividing it by 12. So that's 75 million a year for 5,000 units divided by 12. That would mean about what? 6.25 million a month in recurring revenue if they're able to get 5,000 units leased into the world out there. So now, why 75 million? Why am I focused on 75 million? Because 75 million is enough for me to be like, wow, this stock is actually worth, like, I might actually buy long term here. You know, this is SoundHound levels of dinero. Okay, SoundHound. Let me see if I can pull up SoundHound. Where's SoundHound? Why can't I find SoundHound? Okay, SoundHound. Oh, let's get the. No, not that. Still learning how to use OBS, but there we go. There's look at that price action. A whole lot of nothing. Anyone who thought this was gonna move, absolutely insane. Like they don't even know the stock like the back of their hand, like I do. Of course, it wasn't gonna move. They just rewarded in anticipation of. That's it. They didn't. That's all they did. Okay, I was gonna show you SoundHound. SoundHound, where are you? Okay. So SoundHound here has just been trading within a range between $4 and $6. The reason I like this one is A, it's bottomed out somewhere. B, gets a lot of it communicates, gets a lot of. Let me remove this magnifying glass. There we go. Bear with me, I'm still learning. The revenues are projected to be 150 million for full year 2025. So that's a big number. Like full year 2025, 150 million. That's a lot. And this is an AI stock, by the way. So if Aitx can hit that 75 million, if it can hit that 75 million, my friends, that is a lot of money. Because right now their liabilities are sitting at what, 68 million, 64 million? With 75 million annually or 6.25 every month, they should technically be able. They should not have to dilute at that point. And at that point, their growth is becoming exponential if they have 5,000 units out there. But again, when it comes to, like, I'm not saying that them having 75 million in total sales, having, what's the word I'm looking for? Them having 5,000 units out there gets them quite a bit of money. But again, depending on their operating expenses and their cost of goods sold, it could still mean that they're net negative. So that's why I don't want to say that 75 million is a lot of profit, because after cost of goods sold and expenses, and taxes, who knows? Like there are companies out there that they sell a lot, but they still come out negative when it comes to the net income. So this is what, not SoundHound. Aitx is one of those stocks where you just kind of look at it and you keep an eye on it because it's interesting, right? But it's not something you want to buy right now. It's not a buy right now. The ones buying right now are just being fools. They hope it goes to $1 organically, and I'm gonna make a lot of money, yay! Even though the share structure is like 1,000 times worse compared to back then. But the math, if this starts making 75 million a year, now I'm gonna pay attention. Like, whoa, okay, now you can actually sustain yourself without destroying shareholders. That's, as long as they have this heavy dilution thing going on, it's not a buy for long term. For swing trading, sure, but for long term, So you better get 5,000 units out there, Aitx, or I'm not interested. Either way, let's continue here. 75 million. Could you imagine one day waking up and like, hey, Aitx is making 75 million. Now that's a big number. That's a number that'll get people excited. 1 million isn't going to get anyone excited. Again, the share price isn't going to move. It wasn't going to move. It's not going to get anyone excited. 1 million doesn't mean anything. I'm thrilled we are on track to deliver another year of exponential growth in revenue, recurring monthly revenue, gross margin, and profitability. It will be interesting to see Radcam's effect this fiscal year as well. We should be getting, I believe we're getting pre-orders for the Radcam mid-September. So I look forward to that. Where is the... Yeah, I bet you the Aitx Discord right now is like, oh, I don't understand why it's not moving. I don't get it. It was a good PR. That's literally it's literally what they do every day. That's how you know it's a buy. Do they have the red R here? Red R. Where's red R? Where is red R? There's no red R. I can't find radar. Okay. I can't find it. Anticipated imminent foretelling of a possible state of profitability. That's true. See, look at this. I'm anticipating being a millionaire when AITX blows the lid off the volcano. Sure, buddy. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Yeah. We are the unicorn. We are the unicorn. See how the market reacts. These people, this stock that they supposedly keep track of, they don't know it like I do. I know it more than they do. It wasn't gonna move my. It wasn't. That's they just renamed. They just rewarded in anticipation of. That's literally what they did, and I'm like, okay. They gotta stop dropping those. Let's be real. They gotta stop dropping those in anticipation. I don't know why they started doing that. I think that's only recently. No, I think that's only recently. I don't know why they do that. They should just hold off and then surprise us. Maybe it's their way of screwing flippers. Because I know iList likes to do that. iList. There are companies who will purposely just put everything out there so that flippers don't get to make money because the stock price doesn't move. But it's still gonna move at some point. It's still gonna move at some point. But I don't know. All right, that's it. I don't think I have to touch on anything else here. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I wanted to touch on? So 75 million. That 5,000 units. That's what it's going to take for this to finally be like, wow, this is maybe worth buying long term. Depends again how it goes on the uplist as well. The uplist really is going to dictate everything. We got QIND and iList, and I think there's one more other stock that's supposedly uplisting. So we'll see if they're successful because they're probably supposedly going to uplist earlier. They should be uplisting earlier than AITX because iList has been promising an uplist for years now. So if they are going to uplist, if they do uplist, it's something to keep an eye on because technically iList's balance sheet is it's way iList is way better, way better. If you look at the financials, it is better. It's just a better stock, but it doesn't mean anything, right? It doesn't mean. We'll see if they actually do uplist and actually survive and don't get beat down, because it would be very bad to have iList uplist only for it to fail to hold any support and it just gets beat down over the head, which in that case would just show you the future. Like it would just show you like I don't know how AATX is going to uplist and survive in the higher exchanges. I don't get it. A lot of people have this stupid mentality of, oh yeah, when we uplist, institutional investors, they're going to load up and then it's going to push up the price and we're going to dump it on their heads. What? So let me get this straight. You are smarter than institutional investors. Like you're going to leave them holding the bag. Sure, yeah. You keep believing. It's insane how much garbage people tell themselves to make themselves believe that, hey, this stock, it's worth, I'm the smart one, everyone else is dumb. When this thing goes to the moon, I'm going to tell everyone, let everyone else, see, I told you so, I told you so. It's insanity. Insanity, guys. Oh, by the way, that's what I wanted to talk about. There's a lot of to talk about here, but I'm going to try again, keep it short. This will probably be this was going to be a Monday video, but I'll probably just upload it on a Friday at this point, or Sunday. Yeah, probably next Sunday is when you'll see this video. Just to be honest, it's too long for Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Yeah, it's too long of a video for Tuesday. Honestly, even I'm like, man, I kind of want to be done with this video, but there's still some things I wanted to take note of. Hey, Joey Carlo Live is in this Discord. AITX. Ha! I got banned. Anyways, let's see. New month. Be prepared for the rush. Several signs align now. I believe it when I see it. The stock has been down for 3 months. What happened to sales performance and volume has been low. It'll go up. Don't you worry or get nervous. And then just a whole bunch of paragraphs. We are not worried, more doubtful. We want to be pleasantly surprised when if the numbers ever go up. It's more of a consistent downward trend. The weekly fluff and puff don't do much for us, which is true because they're fluffy. It's literally every week they drop a PR, but it is fluff and puff. Hey guys, we anticipate. Hey guys, in a future date. Hey guys, this, that, and the other. Like it's always a PR that kind of it's just, why don't they just hold off? I don't know why. I don't know why they started this strategy of let's just tell them in anticipation of, which when this is accepted by the client or whatever term, whatever, however they want to phrase it. I don't know why they started doing that. You're not going to kick me out of this stock with your BS. This stock will run again. And it usually happens at the beginning of the year or mid-year. So I can wait. I can be patient. As long as you guys are communicating, I'm here. I don't know. I know there are penny stocks that try to use strategies to get flippers out, but you're not getting me out like that. Aitx sales forecast 50 million by 2030. I think that's my video. This guy posted my video. I like how negative people are. Aitx stock not moving, just falling down. Sir, this thing ran 500%. Like, what did you expect it to not go down? Come on, boys, stop the whining and come out and play. Okay, that's just weird. That's just weird. I would not recommend coming into the Aitx well, yeah, don't join the Aitx Discord. Definitely don't join the Aitx anything, quite frankly. I've never checked out Aitx stock tweets. Someone wanted me to check out Aitx stock tweets. I don't know what is stock tweets anyways. I don't zoom in on stock tweets. Bought this. Okay, never mind. I don't think I want to read it. It's just one guy talking to himself. That's hilarious. Another pump PR to dump worth of shares. Don't follow me. Who is this? It's literally just one person who communicates in this horrible Discord. Okay, there's not much here. There's not much in stock tweets. Go figure, stock tweets, right? All right, guys. You guys know what to do. Buy it when it's cheap. Buy it when no one wants it. And that's it for the video. I will see you on Monday because this video sure as hell is not going up on a Tuesday. I should not. This is too long. Too long.